A Wyoming coroner has determined Gabby Petito was strangled to death. The 22-year-old was reported missing by her family last month after she did not return home from a cross-country trip with her fiancé, Brian Laundrie. Petito's body was then discovered the following week near the Bridger-Teton National Forest in Wyoming. Days later, Laundrie himself disappeared. He remains the only person of interest in Petito's death. Manuel Bojorquez reports.
In the manner of death of Gabrielle Lenora Petito, we find the cause and manner to be death by strangulation, and manner is homicide.
Teton County, Wyoming coroner Dr. Brent Blue also revealed how long her body had been in the wilderness.
The DNA samples were taken by law enforcement, and all I can tell you about remains is that the body was outside for 3 to 4 weeks.
The 22-year-old's body was discovered September 19th in Wyoming's Bridger-Teton National Forest.
I love the band.
What started as a cross-country summer trip with her fiancé, 23-year-old Brian Laundrie, devolved into fights witnessed by passersby and police.
This is a rough morning.
Like this one, where officers were called on August 12th in Moab, Utah.
The shooters gets worked up sometimes.
On August 27th, around the time of Petito's death, there was a text message sent from her phone that her family questions was from her. On September 11th, they reported her missing after Laundrie returned home to Florida without her and refused to cooperate with investigators. Less than a week later, Laundrie was reported missing himself. His parents told police he went hiking at a nearby reserve and feared he may harm himself. His father helped in the search last week, but so far there's been no sign of him. And while refusing to comment beyond her cause of death, Dr. Blue did allude to domestic violence.
Unfortunately, this is only one of many deaths around the country of people who are involved in domestic violence. And it's unfortunate that these other deaths do not get as much coverage as this one.
The attorney for the Laundrie family issued a statement reminding everyone that Brian Laundrie is only a person of interest in this case and has only been charged so far with using someone else's financial accounts. It is worth noting that as much attention as this case has garnered, the National Crime Information Center says at the end of last year, it had nearly 90,000 open missing person cases. Elaine?
Manuel Bojorquez, thank you. For more, I want to bring in Dr. Priya Banerjee. She's a board-certified forensic pathologist. Dr. Banerjee, thanks for being with us. The coroner ruled that Gabby Petito was strangled to death, but Wyoming prohibits autopsy results from being released to the public. How common is this? And as a forensic pathologist, what is needed to determine this manner of death?
Thank you for having me. Yes, medical examiner or coroner systems are set up on a state-by-state basis, but it's very important to understand that this is still an ongoing investigation, and that's why, in general, the laws limit how much can be released, I would say, throughout the country. And so it's important that just these small, major decisions are released, like the cause of and the manner of death. And that allows, again, for the public to understand that this is a significant case. It's a homicide, and, a lot of investigation needs to be done. From an autopsy perspective, this is even more of a challenging case because there was quite an interval. They're approximating 3 or 4 weeks between her dying and found. So that can lead to decomposition changes and adding to the complexity of diagnosing strangulation.
Right. Well, the coroner said Petito's body had been in the wilderness for 3 to 4 weeks before being discovered. How significant is that?
I would say quite significant. When you understand this is not inside of a closed room at normal temperatures, even with that, there's always decomposition changes. Now, thinking that she's out in this wilderness setting, there's the weather changes, there's animals that affect, feed on the body, there's just normal decomposition. So there's so much going on due to the environment as well that can really impact the condition that the body was when she was found. And it's safe to say that there were decomposition changes because she had to be identified in other ways.
Well, it has been almost a month since Petito's body was found. Based on what we know, sort of from the outside, why do you think it took so long for the autopsy report to be released?
Yes, I mean, I think my colleagues did a fantastic job just on based on the description that they gave today. You know, there was a forensic pathologist, an anthropologist, an entomologist, and toxicology, and they did a full body CAT scan. They really used all the resources available to make the case was handled, you know, as thoroughly as possible. It's important to understand that testing night, they're quite complex. The college can take, you know, months routinely, so they probably still expedited it, but again, it can take up to, you know, weeks to a month. Any special studies like the anthropology or entomology, these are, again, are very specialized, and it's a team effort to come up with not only the diagnosis of strangulation, but again, the time of death being critical to this case.
Well, the coroner confirmed DNA samples were taken from Petito's body. What kind of further testing needs to be done on those samples in order to determine who they're from?
You know, that, yes, your autopsy is the one time you're going to be able to get any trace evidence like DNA. And that's really important to capture it. Now, I can't, you know, speak to the integrity of the samples, meaning there was decomposition. So, you know, again, extreme temperature elements the body was subjected to. But nonetheless, you try to get as much appropriate trace evidence as you can. And anything trying to link a potential assailant to her body, that's really what they're collecting these samples for, whether it be fingernails, scraping, skin samples, whatever it may be. That's what they're trying to do, is link the suspect to the victim's body, Gabby in this case.
All right, Dr. Priya Banerjee. Doctor, thank you very much.
Thank you.